Talk about the Tory Conference now. Lots going on. Let's just try and summarise it for you. So, firstly, Kemi Badenoch says, I'm like Maggie Thatcher. Then we've got The Guardian saying, Liz Truss, the Conservatives would have fared better in the general election under me. I think we might have a clip of Truss speak. This is always good value. Let's have a listen.
I haven't seen any of the candidates really acknowledge how bad things are in the country as a whole and, frankly, for the Conservative Party. So I think there's been a bit of Panglossian, all we need is to unite, all we need to do is show competence, and we will be ushered back into office.
Do you think that a Tory party led by you would have done better than a Tory party led by Rishi Sunak at the last election?
Yes, I do.
Well, OK. Once again, we get derailed by Truss, who's not even an MP now. So that's Tim Stanley interviewing her. She says she would have done better than Sunak. She didn't even win her own seat back. Also, she talks to people as if the person who's listening doesn't understand the English language. She talks like that. Sorry, should we talk about her or not? What do you think of her?
No, I'm happy to talk about her.
Absolutely mad.
I love how delusional she is.
Yeah.
I love how angry she becomes when you mention the lettuce. I find it absolutely extraordinary that she hasn't said what every Tory should be saying, which is we will, or they will, not be elected in as a party until they overhaul their policies. Their policies are shocking. That is why they got voted out, along with the shambolic behaviour.
We haven't got any policies now. I mean, right now,
well, you see, that's
four candidates and no policies, right?
Correct.
So, there's another, moment from Boris Johnson. It's all happening at the Conservative Conference. He's got his book out, and he now says that basically that he was Julius Caesar and Rishi Sunak was Brutus, and he murmured the dying words of Julius Caesar, which of course are et tu Brute, you as well, Brutus, meaning Sunak stabbed him in the back. There's then also an ex-Tory MP who says the woke agenda has stopped him finding a job. Let's have a look at a clip of this.
It's been hard. Look, I'll be frank. Look, it was nearly, 3 months now, and I'm still without a job, right? And that's scary. I'm a father of a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. I've got a wife who's extremely supportive, but of course is worried about the bills.
You were a teacher before.
I was a teacher before, and obviously I've applied for a few jobs, and sadly not even had an interview yet. So actually, I think the days when being an ex-MP was something that was wanted or desired is no longer. I think we're now seen as a problem.
Isn't that amazing?
Well,
can't get a job.
There's a shortage of teachers, so that's
not a shortage
incredible.
of ex-MPs. That's the truth.
No, but if he's saying he's an ex-teacher and he's applied for jobs and he's not even got an interview, raises the question why not? Because
would you complain on his behalf? Could you write a letter for him?
I probably wouldn't want to. I'd want to see what was on his CV, so why he wasn't getting an interview
but I tell
for a
you
teacher.
why, because he's part of a government that folded and crashed, and he's walked out the wreckage still smoking. And they thought, we don't want to go near this guy. That's probably what's happened, isn't it?
I think part of it is perhaps some of the things that he said might be mildly toxic in the past. He's blaming it on the woke agenda. But then do you really want to take politics into the classroom? And arguably, the answer is no. I mean, having said that...
post-politics, can't it?
I don't know what he taught, but you can't obviously teach geography unless you've got some kind of corduroy jacket. I mean,
he would have to.
Yeah. I mean, look, I am ready. I am ready to go into the classroom.
Is that a geography? No, it's not geography. That's more like a music.
I was actually one of my listeners sent in a message this morning and said, "When am I going to give this back to the dustman?" So I thought that was a bit rude about. So
we haven't done Kemi. We covered the Tories. Okay, so Kemi, Jenrick, Cleverly, and someone else. Those are the candidates. Tugendhat. What do you want to say about Kemi?
Well, so she's saying I'm like Maggie. Or I'm Maggie too. It's just like, no, you're a pan shop Maggie. If you've got to compare yourself to somebody else, you don't go around, Jeremy, comparing yourself to the great broadcasters saying I'm the next whatever. It's just like, no, you're you. So, Kemi, be you or get off. It's just like, stop trying to pretend that you're this new Maggie. No, you're not. Maggie was Maggie.
Members are about 71. No disrespect if you are watching and you are one. And they will vote for the person who mentions Maggie the most. That's how they operate, right? That's how they roll. So that's exactly why she's done it.